Oh, crappie at Ingrams. Well, that fish is cold. It's been raining the last couple days. Blowing. Tornado warnings last night. I know they had a lot of power outages. I was kind of surprised. I really didn't expect to do much. There was another hit. Well, maybe we'll be able to pick up more action than I thought we would today. I really didn't expect a whole lot. We'll see how it goes. Oh, multi-species, little yellow perch. Huh. That's pretty cool. Not the biggest of all fish, but it's a fish. It's a fish. I can see that I'm going to have to open that hook up a little bit. Oh, fish on. Whoa, there's my bluegill. Oh, nope, that's a crapazoid. That's not a bluegill. And, great. This is stellar. How about help me out here a little bit, fish? Thank you. Spawning male, for sure. He's colored up, and he wanted it. That thing is in there. Just kind of hoping for a bluegill to round out the panfish group, but hey, I'll take a crapazoid any day of the week. Oh, I'm telling you, Zach, I think if you had a float and a jig on, you'd be rocking this place on fire right now, because I've had so many fish recently right here that are taking swings at this. I can see them, but they're just not taking it. I think a slower moving bait would be ideal right here. There's one. There's finally another one. This one looks like a pretty decent crappie. Oh. Yeah, he's not huge, but certainly not a bad fish, for sure. I'm in the light here a little bit. That's probably a 10.5-inch class fish. And again, they wanted it. That thing is deep in there. Pretty fish though, aren't they? Very pretty fish. Ever so slowly. Poor guy's got a leaf stuck on his face. I kid you not. I just, oh no. Just walked up this little area, looked at it and thought, well, there's not a whole lot of water here to fish, but I'll try it anyway. Good place for crappie. I throw this out and I get a little largemouth. Interesting. Just when you think there's not enough. They're heavy fish. Nice healthy fish in Delaware for sure. So over the course of the last few minutes I learned a few things. I'm fishing a twister tail Kalins grub on a 48-ounce jig head, and swimming it, because Delaware freshwaters for me are not conducive to a hair jig. I'd love to be fishing a hair jig, but it's just these bottoms are so algae filled, so moss filled, that it makes it almost impossible to fish it. I don't have any floats along. I came very bare bones down here today, looking for some panfish. And I do believe that if I had a float and a hair jig, I think I'd be able to fish this stuff a little more effectively. I mean, we're doing all right. We're getting fish every now and again, but not setting the world on fire. So I'll have to remember that next time I come down. I'm presuming this is another crappie. I'm also presuming I'm going to have some problems here. That is a crappie, and he's got me in the trees. Cheese and crackers. Do some fancy. Oh, I'm there. If I get this out of here, I'll be very surprised. Let him take me out of there. Come on, fish. I'm going to lose this fish and I'm going to lose my jig. A fish hanging there. In the trees. Come on. Seriously. Well, that was not good for the fish in any way, shape, or form. He's still going low. My line is raveled to beat the band. But I did not want... Well, they're definitely taking these jigs deep. Come on. Okay, hopefully none the worse for wear. Gotta find a place here to get him into some deeper water to go. And he's going. Folks, that is not how I prefer to handle a fish. It's really not. So we're going to retie and have at it again. So if you're in an area where you got branches and stuff like this underneath of you, take it down there, load your rod up. Now look, when you cast out here, can you see that limb? Okay, so you have to keep that in mind when you're casting there. Okay, so you want to load your rod up, let go. Okay, there's a fish. Here. So I'm showing Zach how to arrow shoot a jig, and I take about 2 turns, and here we are. Zacharoni with a crapazoid. Need pliers?
I have pliers in my bag.
Well, you either want to knock that barb down or get your pliers out. Here, I got mine handy. Oops. So we're going to take this barb, crush that barb down a little bit, open that hook up a little bit. So we got a barbless hook with a bigger gap. Okay, you good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to fishing. Bye. Okay, so this one made a liar out of me. Oh, not in that tree again. Come on. In that tree, there he goes. This is another one from this same area, and Zach is but probably 20 feet from me, fishing out in the same area. And it seems like they're collected out here now. But I don't know if you can see it, but that female has a huge ball eggs in her. Not a huge ball, it's probably standard for crappie, but it makes her stomach look very large. Oh no, grub down. Going the wrong way, fish. There you go. Now you found your way in life. Did I round out my trifecta of panfish? I did. There's my bluegill to add to it. Yes, sirree, bobcat tails. The biggest thing. Got a 7.5 inch class fish, probably 7 inch class fish. But that's it. Yellow perch, crappie, and bluegill. My panfish trip is completed. Not really, I'm going to keep fishing because this is some fun stuff. But I got the 3 species. Yeah, this is getting to be old hat. Definitely cookie cutter fish. Right around the same inch class fish. And I thought they were starting to get darker, but it must have just been that one. These are, I think these are all females. I don't typically get real excited about catching this many fish, especially not when they're starting to spawn, because it doesn't take a whole lot of skill to get a crappie during the spawn. I like to find some of the bigger fish just to make it interesting to see what the fishery's like, but it's still fun nonetheless. Don't get me wrong, it's a good time. Should have just kept the camera on. Threw back out there, and this is what I'm saying. This is definitely they're definitely congregated right here. This little micro rod with 2-pound test line on it is stretching this right here, but that's a little nicer crappie there. Oh, I wish I had my tape measure. Yeah, they're not too shabby. Yeah, that might be a 9.5 inch class fish. I don't think it'll go 10 inches, but nice black crappie. They're about an inch across at the top. And that one, that's a male. If you can see how it's starting to get darker, the colors are a little more pronounced on it, but so they must be getting close, but maybe they're not quite ready yet. He's just hanging out down there. You alright, Zach? No? I was going to stop doing this because this was the very next cast from the last two that I just had. But I saw something here that I'm finding interesting. I had originally said about having a hair jig under a float, present a little slower presentation, but these fish are eating these things. And it's not taking long at all after the cast for them to take it. It's just like that might be an 8-inch class fish here. It's not like I gotta work for them. I'm getting about a crank or two out of the reel handle, and they're on. I'm going to try this at a back-to-back cast without turning the camera off to see what happens here. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Again, made a lot. Oh, there was a hit. There he is. I just took a couple more cranks. That's kind of the way it's been. It's definitely about finding them. Oh yeah. And this one had, oh, I don't know if you can see the stomach here. They're either feeding or they're females full of eggs. Not quite 100% sure. They're definitely eating. They're definitely eating. So I'm going to try to sneak down here. There has been a lot of commotion underneath this tree since we were up here. I'm not sure if it's a bass that's feeding. What it may be. I don't see anything. I'm doomed to get hung up here for sure. But apparently, oh, there he was. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, I should have been paying attention. I can't quite see what that is. Whatever it is interior of that tree. Wish I would have been able to see that. I know it's noon. I'm pulling the plug. We got some stuff we got to clean up before we head back to our home. Small man fishing down here was with me today. Poor guy got beat up losing tackle and everything else, but he did manage to catch one fish all by himself. He made the cast, he set the hook, and he landed it. I helped him with the first one, but he had a rough day. Wasn't for lack of trying, though. Just like usual, he sticks it out, and I'm ready to go. Now he's geared up, and he's going to keep casting until he gets another one, which means I could be here till Wednesday at the rate he's catching fish today. Can't even get a rise out of him, and I know he can hear me. All right, folks. Thanks for watching again. We'll catch you next time.